Hi Dvora, Brocha, welcome to 0 to Pro. Excellent, great beginning. Although I noticed that you cheekily put in 6 photo shoot pictures, okay, but that's alright. Excellent, really good beginning, and I think we're going to see amazing things from you. Okay, you have a Rebel T5i, which is great, even more fun. That you're using a very basic camera, so the results that you're going to get, that you're doing great right now, when you upgrade to a professional camera, if you're planning on doing that at some point, you're going to see a big improvement, but it's definitely a great thing to be using this camera right now. Okay, my word of introduction for you, when you enter the school, I say this to everybody, it's like this. We have each week the homework and the photo shoot. It is imperative that you do both. The success of this system, and the system is highly successful if you put yourself through it. Everyone who's gotten to the end of the course has been absolutely, in my opinion, absolutely qualified to charge decent money for their photography, without exception. Amazing. The results now are really, we've been in business long enough now to be seeing really, really amazing results. So just go with the system. Not exert yourself, but that wasn't what I was thinking of. What's the word I'm thinking of? Invest yourself wisely. Every extra time you press the button is considered an investment. It's not a waste of time in any way, shape or form. And okay, that said, the way it's been created is there's the homework and there's the photo shoot. And I say this to everybody. The class online gets the information into your head. Okay? Then from there, the homework intends to get the information from your head into your heart. And from there, the information, to get the information from your heart into your hands, which is really where we want it, is the photo shoot. So the photo shoot is more important than the homework. You have to do both. Okay, I've been in the past, I'm saying if you've only got time to do one, then just do the photo shoot. But I'm not saying that anymore. You have to do both. You have to. Okay, I guarantee you that you will appreciate this accountability. Take account. Set for yourself each week that you're going to do the homework and you're going to do the photo shoot, and live it, be it, own it, and you will be amazing. Okay, let's jump in. So this is a great example. This is a really nice picture of a triangle. Very well done. I would be, just to add to this picture, I mean, you can see there's a clear triangle over here. That's great. If you had gotten down, first things first is it should be straight, but you weren't actually. Now we've cropped off the camera, but you can't really do that otherwise. But these kind of images with a horizontal line in the middle should definitely be straight. This was really well seen. I mentioned this to everybody as well, which is an important thing to do, is try and take another picture of a triangle, but this time do it in a way that the triangle only exists because of the vantage point that you put yourself in. Which means you could have something very small close to you and something very big far from you. That thing that's small would appear to be bigger. So if you move into a certain position, that small thing would appear very big, and the big thing would appear small, and you'll end up creating a triangle that really only exists from where you are. You understand? Because if you moved around there, it would just look like something completely different. Okay, so try and do that. A lot of sensing the triangles in the world. Just when we're taking pictures in general, not a lot. Don't get me wrong, there's lots of places where there are just shapes that exist, but we're also thinking of a way of trying to put ourselves in a special place that creates shapes as well. So triangle is the most primary shape in graphically. It's the most common shape, especially in posing. In fact, in portrait photography, then square, then circle, then square. The 3 primary shapes are triangle, circle, and square. The triangle is more energized, more dynamic, and the circle is more passive. The square is somewhere in the middle. Okay, very good. This is excellent. A texture. This is also in the world of pattern. What do we describe pattern as? A geometric reoccurring sequence or something like that. Which this is, but there's also a huge amount of texture in here. This is great. This is really, this is excellent. If we put up the highlights a little bit, and then we really need to bring down the saturation a drop. Can't do that here. Oh, can you? Oh, yes, you can. And you can even go for a boost. 1 second. Cool. Okay, that's really well seen. I appreciate that. Excellent as well. Very good. That's really that's a well seen texture. Appreciate that a lot. That's got a lot of nice qualities to it. You've got a dynamic feel with these hard contrasts, but the and the like, kind of scratchy hard textures. But at the same time, there's a relaxed thing because there's horizontal lines. The 3 primary lines are vertical, horizontal, and diagonal. Horizontal lines like circles are more passive, relaxed, and vertical lines like triangles are more dynamic, more alive. So you've got a lot of tensions going on here. You could discuss this quite a lot. This is great, excellent stuff. Okay, wow, awesome. This is your pattern. That for sure is an excellent pattern. That is well seen. That is really sensitively shot. Really appreciate that. A lot of energy there. So you could discuss this for a long time. But you've got all these circles that have got one kind of energy, and then you've got this, which lots of circles are there passive, and there's lots of them, and it gets very busy. It becomes like a hard texture, and that's dynamic. And then you've got this very dynamic kind of depth perspective. You could have used this picture for depth perspective as well. Excellent, very good. Okay, pattern, yeah, definitely not as cool as that, but still a pattern nonetheless. Very good. Okay, depth perspective. Yes, good. Although I prefer this one for depth and perspective, to be honest. But this is great. You've got this triangle coming down here. You can see it's always interesting to see. Let's show you this. 1 second. We've got the lines always converge into the same point with depth and perspective. That's how it goes. All of the lines converge into the same point. Excellent. So that's well demonstrated, very good. And this as well. This is it's also then what I would have done really for this picture is to got in closer. The closer you get, if you can think about it conceptually, as you get in closer to the ladder and go down lower, I'd probably be taking this picture like lying on my back, kind of shooting upwards, and then that would give you a really heavy, crazy depth and perspective. But you've definitely demonstrated it. That's fine. Very good. Okay, balance. Yeah, so this is a rule that I don't know if you ever break this rule. Cars do not belong in pictures unless it's like a really cool Ferrari or Lamborghini or something, and you actually make it a feature of the image. Otherwise, a car in the background is a big no-no. Okay. Also, like ladders, like in weddings when we bring our ladders with, if the ladder gets into the picture, it always destroys the picture. Keep cars out of pictures. Okay. That's just had to get that off my chest. That said, balance. It's definitely on the right track. I would crop a little bit. It's not, the energy isn't quite enough to push you all the way over to this side. So it was a little bit heavy on that side. This car really distracts everything. It would be very, very different without this car here, and it's difficult to gauge it's difficult for my mind to gauge the balance of the image with this car in the background because it so doesn't belong there. But I think maybe even let's just crop up a little bit less. I think something like that maybe. Okay, good try, but just keep that in mind for next. By the way, making mistakes is much better than nailing it, because when you make a mistake, you learn. When you nail it, you already knew it, unless it was a fluke, and then you don't know maybe what happened. But whatever, it's great to get things wrong, and we must embrace messing up, and that's how we get better in our business. The motto is, by all the people who work here, is the first mistake is awesome. The second mistake is stupid, and the third mistake is unacceptable. That's like one of our philosophies here. So we love making mistakes, and you have to train yourself to love making mistakes, and then even more importantly is you have to train yourself to love hearing about the mistakes, which is really hard, but that's how you really get good. It really is. Okay, this is balance A as well. This is really nice. This is delicately done. I appreciate this. I would crop in a little bit over here. This is really lovely. I love the contrast of her denim, of her dark blue denim top next to the reds and the hard textures over here. The textures are bound together, but the colours are very different, which makes that really sets things off. I really appreciate this picture. I really do. Maybe just straighten it a teeny little bit. In regards to balance, now it's balanced. I think it wasn't moving us quite as far. This is just something you have to keep working on, keep taking pictures, and you will become more sensitive to it for sure. Okay, this is nice, clean, crisp picture. The flash went off, you can see, because we can see a shadow under his chin, also hot spots there, and the glint in the eye. So the flash on camera went off. We do not take pictures with flash in 0 to Pro Masterclass ever. Okay, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't break. You have to do what I say. You can do what you want, but that's the rule. No flash. We're going to get to flash another time. This is great. I would think about the direction moving this way a little bit. I'd probably be thinking about cropping more like this. I probably would have shot it a little differently. And also a good idea is get down low with kids. There is a time and place to shoot down on children, but definitely the default is to be getting down lower. Okay, this is nice. This is great. This is good. Stats. You're in the first class. We're not even going to discuss the stats yet. I do appreciate this. I would crop in closer personally. Could even be to go. It's not. You can't go so close because then your eye starts scratching the side here. Let's have a look. I think that's interesting. Let's do something, I think, a little bit more in the middle of this. I actually quite like the energy going upwards. I'll more crop it like this, I think. This is a great shot. I love the energy moving around here. This arm takes you around, then you lose interest over here and you come back, so our eye is contained within the image over here. Excellent. This is a really good shot. I really like that. Nice one. Pat on the back. Gorgeous. Beautiful. I mean, this is the same beauty as this image here. It's a very beautiful pose. I would crop in closer. This is very ugly. That is definitely not very nice. But the pose is beautiful. The light on the subject is nice. She pops out from the background excellently. I love the contrast in the colours. Now this is a very important thing to note that you've done beautifully here. The point of entry is her eyes, and our eye comes around like this. Okay, so our eye is completely held into our subject. We scan this. This seeps in graphically and emotionally into like the subconscious, but the actual eye is moving around inside the image, which means that your eye does not bang into the side of the frame anywhere. It doesn't graze anywhere. It doesn't bump any corners, anything like that. It leads to a very nice, delicate feeling image. Excellent. Okay, this is cute. A little high, I think. It's definitely a nice moment. What I would try and do is have this little girl hold onto this little girl's hands, because these arms are dropping us out of the picture. So if she just brought this hand up here and this hand and just held on like that, I think that would add something to the picture. The angle's a little bit awkward. It looks like they're having somebody else take their picture. Okay, but I do appreciate that. It's great beginnings. This is also a cute shot. This is also a cute shot. I would crop in a little bit. We've got energies moving in this direction, so it's nice to leave a space over here. Okay, and this is great. We could really do something nicely in Lightroom with this. However, this here distracts. If our subject was completely surrounded by the green, it would definitely add something. I do like this picture. You're down low. There's a lot of perspective, a lot of energy, great textures, colours. Excellent. Really, that's well seen. That's really well seen. You're going to laugh at these stats when as you go forward in the class. Look back at these stats in another, say, 3 or 4 weeks, and you'll laugh your head off. They're not good stats, but you'll laugh your head off. They're not that bad, but you'll learn about what could really add. A lot's going to be added to this image once you learn about what these numbers are all about, which will be in the next couple of weeks. Excellent. You've done really, really well. What should we take into Lightroom? Let's take this picture into Lightroom. So part of the class that you might have seen already, or you might have seen from other people's videos, is we try each week to take one of your pictures into Lightroom and to do a simple edit to it, just to give you an idea of what's possible with Lightroom. So you haven't actually been introduced to Lightroom yet, so I'm not going to be explaining too much. It's going to be a little bit heavy, but I just want you to start seeing what kind of things we do with Lightroom. Okay, once you do the Lightroom workshop, which is another couple of weeks, 3 weeks, you'll start to really fly with it. But watching what I'm doing now is going to really make all the difference. I'm going to do what's called a vignette. That's darkening the edges here. Okay, I don't want it to be too obvious. Like with everything in Lightroom, we're really not trying to be that obvious. We're trying to generally be very subtle. That is the word. Okay, so let's just have a look at the difference here. Okay, I'm going to brighten her face slightly. Just a drop more exposure. Just a drop. And I think I'm going to bring out her hair, the textures of her hair and of her shirt. So I'm going to go to clarity. I'm going to bring up the clarity. I'm just going to bring out her hair a little bit. It's a little too much. I'm going to drop it. I'm not going to do it so much. And also I want to brighten it a little bit. Just like that. So it's very subtle, but look at the difference. Really makes all the difference. Excellent. Okay, that was a great beginning, and you're going to really enjoy this, I think, B'ezrat Hashem, and looking forward to seeing what you do for us next week. All the best.